Alright, hello everybody. My name is Dalton Ruthinger, and welcome to the Isle. For those of you unaware, this is basically a online multiplayer dinosaur survival kind of thing, where you play as a dinosaur of varying species. You start off as a juvenile, and you try and grow into an adult. You can also start off as a baby if you want, a hatchling, but someone has to nest you in first. So, I have a bit of a history with this game, and well, I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But my history with this game is I used to have another channel that pretty much featured this game specifically. I didn't really play that much in the way of other games back when I had this other channel. It's been deleted for like over a year now, I think, pretty close to it. But yeah, I pretty much played this game a lot back in the day, quote unquote. You know, the day being like a year ago. So yeah, I'll just kind of hop into a server and I'll kind of explain a little bit about the game as time goes on. I don't really want a really populated server, but I don't want a unpopulated server either. I should probably point out that this game actually has a number of maps. You have the Isle V3, which is the big isle. I would recommend starting off with Thinya Island. It's a much smaller island, and it's a lot easier to find resources, like water, for example. You have to drink water on a regular base in order to survive. If you don't find water, would you believe you die? So yeah. In fact, since it's been a while since I played this game, I might actually start off with Thinya Island. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh my god, that loading screen took for freaking ever. I do not recall the loading screens in this game being nearly that long. Holy crap. Okay, anyway. Whenever you log into a server, by the way, you're gonna run into something like this, where you have to join a Discord to read the rules, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Most of the time, the servers are pretty easy to follow. Don't be a dick. So yeah. For anyone who's new to the game and might take interest, and you somehow found this video before you came across other YouTubers like Anthomnia, Tyrannical Sumo, or heck, even the Gaming Beaver, I'll kind of go over the dinosaurs for the newcomers. So, starting off with herbivores. Yeah, the herbivores. You have the Diablosaurus, which is kind of like a miniature Triceratops. It's the herbivores, by the way, I would recommend starting off as them. They're a little bit easier to learn, though arguably a little more on the boring side. But the Diablo, or the Dibble, as it's commonly called in the Isle community, is it's a fun little dinosaur. I believe it's fairly slow. Its turning circle is relatively okay, and if you can get behind a Giga, which I'll explain a little bit more about that later on, you can one-on-one a Giga if you can get behind it and stay behind it. Combat in this game is a really... it's terrible. There's really no better word for it. It is absolutely terrible. A while back, there was supposed to be a quote-unquote recode for the game. It was supposed to add in like a whole bunch of new dinosaurs. And credit to the developers of this game, they are still working on it. But it is at a snail's pace. This game has been in early access for, I think it's like 5 years, 6 years. According to some veteran players who have been around since like day one. And the game is slowly losing its base. So, whether you buy this game or whether you take interest in it, I'm not going to tell you to not buy it or to buy it. If you find what you see here to be very entertaining and you want to try it out yourself, you're more than welcome to buy it. I'm not going to stop you. But be aware that the game is slowly losing its community, at least as I'm making this video. Okay, so another one is the Dryosaurus, which is you can't really see it because of the grass, but the Dryo is probably the easiest dinosaur to learn. It also has a very special ability to dig a burrow in the ground, so you can kind of make it your home and use it to hide from predators. People say that the burrow can be destroyed by larger predators, like, say, the T-Rex, but I've never had it happen to me. And I have, I think, close to, like, almost 300 hours in this game. So, yeah. The Dryo is very fast to grow. It has very good stamina. It has basically no attack. If you try and attack someone, you're going to be lucky if you even manage to tickle them. But overall, it's a very fun dinosaur. It's very fast. It's very agile. You can jump. And it's pretty much good for everything aside from just fighting. The Gallimimus is probably the easiest dinosaur aside from the Dryo to learn. It's very, very fast. It's very, very nimble. It has a decent attack that can just wreck juveniles and even subadults in some cases. But it's very weak. If you get ambushed out of nowhere, you're probably done. However, this thing is a nightmare to catch. Just don't even try. The Maya is the first dinosaur on the list that has some combat capabilities. It's still not meant for combat, at least not in my opinion. The Maya, you might recall a movie called Disney's Dinosaur that came out in the early 2000s. I think it might have even been 2000 itself. But it basically featured a dinosaur named Aladar that was trying to survive after the meteor impact just off the coast of his island. And he basically formed up with this giant herd, and they were being hunted down by carnivores on their way to the nesting grounds. The Maya looks kind of similar to that. Not the same thing, but it's very similar. You can't really see it because of the tall grass, but, you know. The Pachy is the first herbivore that is probably actually meant more for combat. The Pachy, you can't see it because of the grass still. I think you can kind of see it through the grass there. But the Pachy is the dinosaur that has, like, it headbutts its enemies, or it headbutts its rivals, I guess. The Pachy can jump. It's pretty quick for its size, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage. If you are able to come across a raptor and just 1v1, you will probably win. But, all this is, like, perspective of an adult dinosaur. I would not recommend getting into any fights if you are a juvenile unless it is absolutely necessary. The Para is... You can kind of see this one. It's the dinosaur... It's probably actually the most common dinosaur that almost everyone sees. It's probably a more common, or maybe even more well-known than the T-Rex in some cases, because it's in pretty much every dinosaur movie you ever see. It's the dinosaur that has the horn that kind of loops around the back of its head. Walks on its hind legs. I can't really describe it any better than that. But yeah, this one again has some combat capabilities, but I would recommend that you flee if you come across any would-be predators. And by the way, there are a lot more dinosaurs in the game than what you see here. Like, these are just the survival-approved dinosaurs, quote, end quote. Like, there's, like, a whole bunch of other dinosaurs. There's the ankylosaur, there's the the Shant. There's the what is that thing called? They're called the tickle chickens in the Isle. Um, they're like a giant turkey in some cases. There's also the Stegosaurus, and there's a lot of dinosaurs that I just can't really even remember the names of. And also the Pew, like the giant long neck, basically Littlefoot. So yeah, the final playable or survival dinosaur goes to the Triceratops. This thing, I believe it has the most growth stages out of all of the different herbivores. Once you become an adult in this thing, very few dinosaurs are going to try and attack you. And in fact, it is the one dinosaur where a T-Rex player will actually think twice about attacking. With the exception of the Shant. The T-Rex has a special ability where if you are ambushing and you're sprinting, if you bite a dinosaur, you have a chance to break its leg. The Triceratops is a dinosaur you really don't want to do that to because you tighten its turning circle of all things. So, by breaking the Trike's leg, yeah, you've made it so you can't run away, but you've also tightened its turning circle so it can always keep its spikes facing you. One-on-one, the Triceratops will pretty much always win against pretty much anything. The only real way to take one down would be to ambush it from behind, which it's possible, but you have to keep in mind that herbivore players very often travel in herds. So if you bite one and start to make it bleed, chances are it's just going to hide behind its friends and lay down until the bleeding stops, then come back and basically hunt you down. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the herbivores. The carnivores are a bit more interesting, and because it's now nighttime, you're not going to be able to see it, but you got a pretty decent amount of selections here. The Allosaurus is, of course, the cousin of the T-Rex. It is a mid-class carnivore. It's not a alpha predator, but it's not a lower tier predator either. It's pretty much strictly middle of the road in terms of weight and damage, I believe. It has pretty good stamina. It's pretty fast, and I believe it also has a pretty decent turning circle too. The Carnotaurus, I believe, is the fastest dinosaur in the game you can currently play as. It only has one growth stage you have to go through, I believe. I've personally never really found it to be that much fun to play as, but that's just personal preference. Its turning circle is horrendous, but you'll be able to outrun pretty much anything and everything else that comes after you. The Ceratosaurus is something that's kind of similar to the Allo. I believe the Cera is actually stronger than the Allo. Not a lot I really have to say about this dinosaur. It's a pretty good dinosaur to start playing as if you are new to the game and you want to play as a carnivore. Which, by the way, there is AI that'll be kind of running around. So there is AI you can feast upon if you are having trouble with players or maybe coming across another player. But the way the AI spawns is a little wonky. I'll see if I can kind of talk about that later on. The Dilo is what I'm planning to play as for this particular video. The Dilo has the best night vision in the game, especially once you become an adult. The Dilo is a very good night hunter. You're going to be able to see things in the dark long before they see you, and you are able to actually, if you're in a group or a pack, you can actually kind of coordinate very detailed coordinated attacks, I guess, trying to ambush players from behind and the sides and so on and so forth. The problem is its hitbox is very wonky. Like, I've had dinosaurs bite like a mile off to my left, and they still somehow got me. So the Giga is my personal favorite dinosaur in this game, with the exception of maybe the Suchomimus. The Giga is the second class alpha predator in the game. It is rival to the T-Rex. The Giga is definitely more of an ambush predator, but it has, in my opinion, the most terrifying roar out of all of the dinosaurs in this game. Like, there's no competition. If you hear a Giga in the distance, you will know it, and you'll want to be running in the opposite direction as fast as you can possibly go. Now, every single one of these dinosaurs has a specific growth time. I forget how much the Allo takes, but I believe the Giga takes like 6 to 6.5 hours for it to grow from juvenile to full-grown adult. And the T-Rex takes like 7 hours. Maybe even 8. It's been a while since I played this game. But the Giga is a ambush predator. You want to stay in the tall vegetation as much as you can, single out your target, run out of the bushes, bite it a few times, run on back into the thick vegetation, and wait for your bleed damage to kill your target. And basically, just don't let your target sit down to recover from your attack. You want to keep them moving until they die. Now, this is harder to do in, say, whenever you're hunting alone and you're hunting a herd of other dinosaurs. If you're hunting alone, it's probably best to target subadult dinosaurs, especially subadult Rexes. So, yeah. The Suchomimus is the one and only real semi-aquatic dinosaur in the game right now that you can play as legitly without any kind of admin or outside help. One reason I wanted to play this game again was just because I wanted to see if there was any progress towards what I was really looking forward to, which was the Dinosuchus. The Dinosuchus being a giant crocodilian that they want to bring into the game. I'm pleased to see that they're still working on it, but it looks like it's still a long way off. So, the Suchomimus, the thing that separates it from pretty much everything else is you always want to stay near water. It can stay in water the longest, it can swim the fastest, I believe. Basically, this thing is unrivaled in the water. There's not really anything else that separates it from any other dinosaur. Aside from, I believe it only has one growth stage as well. Basically, you grow out of juvenile and then you're basically straight into adult. I don't believe there's any sub-adult to this particular dinosaur. The T-Rex is pretty much the king in this game. One-on-one, there's not a lot the Rex can't kill. Especially if you get your first bite in. If you're ambushing, the T-Rex will pretty much just flatten anything, be it Giga, Raptor, whatever. However, the T-Rex is, when it's by itself and it's ambushed from, say, a Raptor, the T-Rex is at a massive disadvantage. The T-Rex has a horrendous turning circle. It can't recover stamina whenever it's moving. If your power basically comes with a heavy price. If you are caught unawares and you can't shake another dinosaur off your tail, you will die. Especially if it's a Utah Raptor. If you're by yourself and you come across a Utah Raptor that's able to get behind you, you can basically just count your goose as cooked. And speaking of the Utah Raptor, it's the last dinosaur. The Utahraptor is very similar to the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park. In fact, it has the exact same sound, I believe. This is another pretty easy dinosaur to learn as if you're new to the game. You can jump. It has a very good jump height. It's very good for hunting down smaller herbivores or even juvenile other dinosaurs. So it's probably also the most common carnivore that you're going to run into, with the exception of maybe the Carno as well, and potentially even the Dilo, because the Utahraptor, the Dilo, and the Allosaurus have the shortest growth times, I believe. I could be wrong about the aloe. It could be slower than the Sarah, but the Carno, Dilo, and Utah for sure have the fastest growing rates. So yeah, I will be playing as the Dilo for this particular video. And you can also create your skins. You start off with a very, I don't know what word I want to use for this. Generic skin, I guess. I really don't know. But I'm happy with this current selection. But I will say, I've had issues with this particular menu in the past. You want to turn your settings in the game down. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. If the game ever loads me in. So I just came into the game and I'm already... I think that's a Rex over there somewhere. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a blood pile over there. Oh, I know where I am. Oh. Okay, this is bad. I wasn't expecting daylight to come nearly this quickly. I need to get into the forest as quickly as I can. Can still kind of see better with the night vision on. So yeah, you can hold down Q and you'll start sniffing around. It'll bring like a compass, which you can see right there. That, whoa, hello. That scared the crap out of me. That's just that's an Oro. That's an AI. That arrow that's pointing up is to the north. The arrow that's pointing down is to the south. So yeah. You can also find bodies of water like that lake up there. They are, you know, that kind of bluish highlighted color. Okay, that's an Ava. And you can also sniff out gore piles as well, which will highlight as red. I don't know if it does that for herbivores. But as a herbivore, you'll sniff out plants that you can eat, which will appear as green, bright green bushes off in the distance. So, okay, apparently there's some lag issues with this game at the moment. I don't know if that has to do with my graphical settings or not. I don't recall that being an issue the last time I played this. Let me take a little quick look here. Graphics, high. My graphics card should be able to handle that. That's a juvenile raptor I'm hearing off of the distance. Utah raptor, specifically. Yeah, no, I can't jump as the Dilo. So what I used to do is with the old channel is I'd basically just kind of what was that? Oh, what were you? I think that's an aloe. Yeah, one of them's an aloe. Yeah, they're all aloes. Okay. The way you can tell if it's an aloe, by the way, is by the shape of the head. I'm going to get into some trees before they manage to find me. Ooh. Yeah, I'm in a very bad spot right now. This is a very... I can see you moving through the trees there. Oh, that's a Spino. Ooh. Yeah, these are all other players, by the way. Ooh. Yeah, I'm in a bad spot. I might just wait until nightfall to try and sneak away from this area, because this is a very high traffic area, and if anything sees me, they are going to kill me. So yeah, I will yeah, that's the Spino roar. That is for sure the Spino. Woo. What server is this, by the way? Newbie friendly, high AI. The high AI, by the way, means nothing. You're not very happy, are you, Mr. Spino? Or Mrs., whichever. Should we risk getting a better look? This is why I have a black skin. It'll make me a little bit harder to spot in areas like this. But nighttime, it kind of comes with a I don't know how to put it. Kind of a game-breaking mechanic where your eyes illuminates in the darkness. Like, you could have perfect cover like where I am right now, but because your eyes like glow in night vision, it'll give you away. It doesn't matter how good your hiding spot is. If someone spots you by finding your eyes, you're basically done. So yeah. I'm not sure what that noise is. It's been a while since I last played this. I'm not that familiar with all the sounds now. Yeah, all that red over there, those are gore piles. If I was brave enough... Okay, those are butterflies. Never mind. If I was brave enough, I could run out there and eat those. But as we've seen, this is not the friendliest neighborhood. I'd kind of like to get to a more secluded location and then get a drink. Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone finds this video and you are like an old subscriber from my older channel, welcome back. Depending on how well this video does, I might start making videos on this game again. I've kind of missed making videos, to be honest. But at the same time, okay, get the heck out of here. The game is very pretty, by the way. Just look at that. That's just gorgeous. Okay, that constant screaming that you're hearing in the distance, that is an Ava. I could kill that, but killing that will shut it up, which means it's going to give away my location. Because someone's going to figure it out like, hey, that Ava isn't screaming anymore. That probably means there's another player over there. Let's go kill him. Is it already starting to get to be nighttime? It is. Okay, yeah, that was a Rex. So we've met 2 of the alpha predators already. Well, we haven't actually met them. We've seen the Spino, but I haven't shown you the actual Rex yet. I don't know if I want to get close enough to show you the Rex either. You can go into groups if you so choose. I personally kind of prefer to play this game alone, and I don't really want to join any group for now. I have trust issues whenever it comes to this game. Anyone who comes back to my channel and sees these videos can easily tell you that I have some trust issues when it comes to this game. I have trust issues in real life too, but this game, I have been... There was one time I was a member of a herd for, like, I don't know, probably 3 hours. Got along with these guys perfectly fine. I was playing as a Maya. And I was basically in a herd with a herd of Triceratops. Get along with these guys perfectly fine throughout the entirety of an entire video. And out of nowhere, for no reason at all whatsoever, I was betrayed and killed for literally no reason. There have been videos I've made where I was nested in by a T-Rex or a Giga. I'd reach like almost sub-adult level, and just out of nowhere, one of my siblings would kill me. So yeah, I have some trust issues when it comes to this game. I don't really like to join groups unless I'm really in a mood for it. I could cut some of this out, but at the same time, I also want to show you guys what this game is really about. Because what I used to do with my old channel, I don't think I ever finished talking about this. Okay, that's back in the direction of the Spino. Don't really want to go there. Anything in this direction? That's to the south. I think the Spino is over there, actually, at that body of water. You know, I do need food, actually. See if we can find this Ava and take it down. But yeah, what I did with my older channel was I basically just tried to show, like, the more interesting things that would happen in a video. I would cut out, like, all of the just me wandering around aimlessly like this. But for this video, I think I'll leave it relatively uncut. Just so you guys can kind of get a better idea for what the game is actually like, if you are interested in buying it. Okay, there's that Ava. Now, unless they change something, I don't think they can actually attack. Yeah, the Ava is like a miniature Triceratops. They're very fast and very annoying to kill. But I got enough bites on him. He should die he should die fairly quickly from bleed out, so. Yeah, this is what combat is in this game, by the way, just repeatedly biting someone. Okay, he finally went down. Okay, so that will be enough food for me for quite some time. I just have to keep my eye on my water level. I just hope all that commotion didn't attract something else. It's kind of another reason I prefer hunting by myself. Because you basically get to keep whatever food you kill, so. How's my water doing? 84%. Yeah, we should be good for a while. My growth is at 84%. I'm going to try and make it to at least an adult in this video. And then, depending on how you guys receive this video, I might make another one. Who knows, I might go back into making videos again. Been kind of missing this game as of late. Even though it's kind of dying. So I'm just going to sit here for a while. I'll let you guys know if anything interesting comes up. Oh, looks like daybreak is coming. Yep. Okay, so something on the server has it set up where the days and nights go by a lot faster. Because usually they're set up to be 30 minutes each. And I did just hear a Carno in the distance. So. Okay, game. Enough with the lag. Not really anything happened. What? Yeah, there wasn't anything that happened overnight. I've basically just been staying here next to the body. I'm gonna use it for as long as I possibly can. My growth right now is at 0.563. I need 0.65 in order to grow. So I'm... Oh, hello. I'm up to 0.56 now. Okay, I'm 10 points away from being able to grow into an adult. I don't know how long that'll take, though. Oh. Utah. I could risk it and head down to the water to get a drink. But I think I'm relatively okay. I don't think anything is gonna spot me too easily. So long as I'm staying still. raptors are getting closer, though. Raptors pretty much always hunt in packs, by the way. You will very seldomly ever... excuse me, Mr. Spino, I was talking. You will very seldomly ever come across a single Utah raptor. If you hear the barking, always assume there's gonna at least be 4 of the bastards. I'm gonna try and keep my camera zoomed out as much as I can. I'm not too sure if I actually like being here. Those raptors sound like they're coming closer. So I'm gonna take one final bite of that and move on. I feel a little too exposed where I was. I think this would actually be better. Yeah, because I can kind of... I've got cover, and I can kind of see the area around me. So, yeah, I much prefer this. Water is at 63%. I'm going to have to go down and get something to drink before long. This is basically what the aisle is, by the way. It's basically just a... Those are aloes. Okay. Yeah, those raptors are just right over there. If they see me, I'm going to be nothing but an easy meal to them. They can easily take me on. I'm still a juvenile. They're going to see a juvenile Dilo and basically just see a free meal. So I do not want to go crossing open ground if I can avoid it. This kind of brings back some memories, actually. Whenever I first started playing this game, I was working as a correctional officer at my local jail. And I was working night shift. So I would release pretty much 2 videos per day, and there'd always be at least one comment in the comments section asking, "Do you ever sleep?" It was kind of funny. And yeah, my old channel grew to be almost 1,800 subscribers. And I've kind of regretted closing it down, but the reason I did was I basically just kind of slipped into some depression. Basically, I had like 1,800 subscribers at the time, and I was getting kind of tired of recording this game. So I started trying to move on to something else. I believe it was the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion I started trying to record at the time. But I was getting like maybe 30 views, if I was lucky, per video whenever I had like 1,800 subscribers. And slowly I was starting to lose subscribers because I wasn't playing this game anymore. That's a Rex. Don't think I have to worry about him too much, though. I will hear him coming before I hear the raptors coming. I think they're over hanging out on the rock, so... we might be safe to move. But I'd rather wait until night, whenever I know for certain I'm going to be able to see whatever's out there before it sees me. So... yeah. I'll probably head back to the Ava, though, and get another bite. Assuming I can find it again. There it is. Just like a real dinosaur, just leave whatever you didn't eat for later on. Suppose I could... No. I definitely prefer this area over here. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened to my old channel, is I fell into a depression and just kind of lost the interest in making videos anymore. And I kind of deleted the channel without telling anyone, too. Like, I didn't give out any warning or anything like that. I basically just deleted it out of the clear blue sky. And made another one with the exact same name, so I can start focusing a little bit more on an Oblivion playthrough. But the Oblivion playthrough met its end to a game-breaking bug, which didn't allow me to pursue the game any further. Okay, yeah, it's starting to turn night again. Which means it's our time to shine. Or it's getting close, anyway. Yeah, I'm betting those raptors are going to be on top of... on top of one of the rocks. The heck was that? It sounded like a herbivore, whatever it was, so... In fact, I think it might have actually been a Maya. You're gonna have to be very careful here. One of those raptors sees me, I'm basically done for. I know there's water down here somewhere. By the way, whenever you're moving and you sniff around, your sniffing animation will be a lot faster. Now, is that water? That is indeed water. But here's water over here, too. Now, if you press Z, you can walk at a normal speed. It might make you a little bit harder to detect, because as you can hear, your footsteps are actually pretty loud. Okay, those raptors are... That's a... Okay, we've got a lot of things around here. Okay, just keep your eye on your surroundings. I think this is a pretty chill server, so I don't really have to worry about being killed on sight too much, but I take this community with a grain of salt. Never trust anyone unless you are friends with the person personally. What am I at? What am I at? I'm at 100%. Let's pack it up and leave. Okay, actually, I'll tell you what. See if we can find... Yeah, let's move somewhere where there's probably not going to be too much in the way of population. Think of this body of water over here. We might be grown by the time we get there. Where's my growth at? Yeah, we're not too far off. And... yeah, the people with the yellow names, by the way, those are admins. Anybody who's played this game before is probably going to be able to know, but... okay, those are... directly behind me. Whenever I grow to be an adult, I'll show you how you roar. But right now, I've got so much stuff around me that I don't dare do it. Ah, come on, game. Okay, maybe we can get a... view of what this is. It's an adult, actually. I can't see it, and I'm not going to go into the trees to find it, because it'll find me before before I find it, probably, knowing my luck. So, yeah, just... just get the heck out of here. More water. Which one do I want to go to? Close one or the far one? The far one might have less chance of running into something nasty. Oh, by the way, Finya Island, the map I'm on right now, is not a good map for the Suchomimus. If you want to play as the Suchomimus, I highly recommend the V3 map. But finding water on that map, especially whenever you're brand new to the game, is going to be very difficult. Or at least it was in my experience whenever I first started playing the map. Okay, tell you what, how about we get into the vegetation so we can have some cover. And whenever I say let's get into the vegetation, I mean let's obviously go out onto a wide open cliffside. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue pressing on for this water up here. In fact, actually, I might stop and hunt around a little bit. I did hear some Oros. Okay, came from over here. By the way, you do leave footprints, as you can see right there, and they can be smelled or sniffed. They appear as yellow fire whenever you sniff around, and other carnivores can track you down by smelling your footprints. The faster you move, the more you leave. The slower you move, the less you leave, so... Okay, it's a taco. These things... There we go. Yeah, there are 4 AI in the game. You have the Ava, which is the Triceratops-looking thing that I killed earlier. There's the Taco, which is this thing. The Oro, which was the first thing that I killed. And then you have the Velociraptor, which is, we haven't found one of those yet, and I kind of don't want to find one of those until I'm an adult. Because they are faster than I am, and they're very annoying to deal with. Now, this entire cliffside, or this mountainside, I'm not too sure how I feel about it, because there's... Yeah, these are all my footprints, by the way. The yellow fire, that's what I meant. Yeah, there's not a lot of vegetation on this hillside that I can take cover in. What are you? That's a full-grown frickin' raptor. Run for it. Oh. No, I don't think it was a raptor. It was something else. That sounded like a... Whatever it was bigger than me, and I don't trust anything that's bigger than me. Crap. Right when I needed darkness, it's starting to turn into freaking daytime, which is just freaking fantastic. Okay, well, whatever it was, it's probably... I think it might have been a Giga. Might have been. I couldn't really see what it was. All I could see was that it was just another player. And that's basically why I decided to just run for it. At first I thought it was a Velociraptor, but no. After seeing it a little up close, a little more up close, I knew it was not a Dilo. So, what's my water at? 91, 95? Okay. I could probably take that on if I really wanted to, but we kind of met in unfavorable positions, so I wasn't expecting him, he probably wasn't expecting me, which, you know, that's kind of the way I prefer it, but I want to be able to see them before they see me. And he probably couldn't see me, but he kind of caught me off guard, and at first I thought he was a full-grown Utah, so... If we be like Obi-Wan Kenobi here and take the high ground, we might be able to get the jump on him before he sees us. The lack of grass here is a little disconcerting, though. I don't really have anything to kind of shield me. Oh, by the way, be very, very careful when going up and down slopes. If you fall down a steep enough slope, there's a very good chance you will break your leg. And if you break your leg, you basically won't be able to run for a very... It depends on how badly you break your leg. If you break it severely, you probably won't be able to run for a good 10 minutes at least. If you break it from a very short fall, you'll probably be back up within a very short amount of time. Okay. By the way, whenever you're playing as a herbivore and you hear AI, that means there is a carnivore somewhere nearby. So it's definitely worth keeping in mind. Okay, now this body of water is... It has enough open ground that I should be able to see whatever comes after me before it's able to get too close. Key word being should. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's nasties. They don't seem to want any trouble, though. Okay, okay, yeah, we're getting relatively close. Oh, I don't much. It was an aloe. I can't see anything. And turn chat off. I can't see anything through the tree. But I'm recovered on stamina. Okay, I'm too used to playing Beast of Bermuda where you can just turn on a dime. if I were an adult, I might try taking him on. And I don't remember who's faster, an Aloe or a Dilo. I think the Aloe is faster. It'd make more sense if the Aloe was faster. Great. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm not that far away from growing. I might be able to just stay here. It's already 7:30 almost. Gah. At least tomorrow's Friday. I thought I just heard something from that direction. Like a distant footstep. No, I think it's just the music kicking in. Hurry up! So close! I want to do it whenever the sun's up. Yes! There we go. There we go. Okay. Come out into the open so you can see better. And we grow! Hooray. So now, yeah, our night vision is ridiculous now. Look at that. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more. And I'll see if I can start making this like a weekly thing, where I upload a video of the Isle like on Sunday or something like that. So let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys maybe in the next video. So until then, God bless, take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. Bye-bye!